All right, well, good afternoon and welcome to the Palm Springs Unified School District Board of Education and our foundation subcommittee meeting. Today is November 17th. May we get a roll call, please?
PSUSD Board Member Girardi,
Present.
Foundation Board President Gauthier,
Present.
Foundation Board Member Bush,
Here.
Foundation Director Goodman,
Present.
Superintendent Sweezy,
Here.
and we are waiting on Palm Springs Board Member Cornett.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Item number 2 is approval of the agenda. I don't know if we have to actually vote on that unless anybody has anything they'd like to change. Seeing none, I think we can continue. Item number 3 is public comments. I don't believe we have anybody from the public with us. All right, that will take us to item number 4, our foundation update. We'll turn that over to Ellen.
Thank you. Okay, so it's been an interesting season as we welcome back our part-time residents to the area. Our wellness centers, I'll start with all of our projects that we're working on. Our wellness centers continue to move forward. We did receive thumbs up and a positive vote from the Desert Healthcare District's board when they voted to fund 4 wellness centers at the cost of $110,000. And they included a 10% administrative cost, which was very nice. And so that's where it's the $110,000. Those 4 wellness centers are for 4 elementary schools in Desert Hot Springs. And then since we met last, we have had communications from Eisenhower Health, and they have pledged and they have been invoiced for 2 wellness centers. And those wellness centers are Rancho Mirage High School and Palm Springs High School. And so that brings us to an additional $160,000 since the last time we've met, and additional ones. Our strategies moving forward is meeting with our Cathedral City principals and then presenting an appeal to the City Council at Cathedral City. I think you might remember Palm Springs, the Measure J Commission suggested funding for 4 wellness centers in Palm Springs, and the City Council voted on that unanimously. And so that funding came through. So we think that it's a good idea to go and sit with the elected officials and the City Council at Cathedral City, and hopefully we'll be able to wrap up our wellness centers, the fundraising initiatives, the 3rd and 4th quarter of this school year. Another project is classroom grants, where knee-high and classroom grant committee has met. They picked all of their funding initiatives for the year. All the teachers have been communicated with, and purchases are currently being made. And that is in addition to the project that we did with Amazon and Donor Choose. I'll quickly give you an update on MTU. We started our fundraising initiative for MTU, and that is going very well. We're very excited about it. To bring in new donors for MTU, it's really about getting them in front of the kids so they can actually see the product firsthand. So we have a lot of people coming on tonight and tomorrow night to see Sunset Boulevard. And I will say, for one of the first times, we have a full calendar of events. Now, there is a 10th anniversary concert, and I know David is pacing himself to make sure that he can cover like district-wide initiatives. But we do have the MTU calendar, and we've been using that, and people are very happy to see what is scheduled in February, what is scheduled in March, what's scheduled in December, and so forth. So we've been having a lot of success. We are running the box office tonight and tomorrow, so we've been busy with that today. Our SMART program, Student Mentor and Resource Training. Well, November 30th is our deadline for all our UC school college applications and our CSU school college applications. We've got 30 kids who are in SMART, and they are all applying for UC schools. And the SMART program did pay for any applications that didn't receive waivers. Most of our kids get waivers. You can do up to so many UC schools for that waiver. And anyone who goes over that, then the SMART funding does cover that. We also have some updates around SMART, where we're going to be seeing some changes for the next cohort. We're going to start our next cohort March 2023. Our cohort will be 11th graders. We will spend March, April, and May with college field trips. So really getting our 11th graders exposed to colleges that they might not have seen through their schools. We will have few mentors March through May. And then what will happen is when the current cohort graduates school in June, the mentors who are working with students right now will move over and take on the new cohort. And it looks like we might have two new team leads, one at Rancho Mirage and one at Desert Hot Springs. But we feel really optimistic about those changes and about the new team leads and about some of the new blood that we'll be attracting, or the new energy that we'll be attracting through the mentors. Jazzy, wow, lots to report on Jazzy. Jazzy has been going since the beginning of school. I believe they started meeting in September, the 1st of September, and both Jazzy at Desert Hot Springs High School and Rancho Mirage had facilitators that were not the Argovitzes. And when I tell you, like, hitting a home run, when we first started at Desert Hot Springs High School with Jazzy's, the Jazzy program, and Jazzy is the Jerry Argovitz Sports Institute, and it's really geared towards athletes, and it's around character development, around college and career, but it's really character development versus SMART, which is really college bound. And so the Jazzy program started at Desert Hot Springs High School with maybe 10 students, sometimes 8 students, that we really were having a hard time attracting all of the young people. We didn't really have the coaches on board, and there were some transitions, I guess, with principals. And I will say that our principal at Desert Hot Springs High School, who's in there right now, is not only 100%, he's 120% behind this program. And as a result of the school really understanding the need for this program, we've got 62 students at Desert Hot Springs High School in the Jazzy program. And that's from 9 a.m. till 10 a.m. every Wednesday morning. And it's being facilitated by 2 district employees who come in early to do that. And they are a part of the Desert Hot Springs campus. I went with Lonnie Argovitz, who's now back in town. We went Wednesday, and the 2 individuals who are facilitating that program shadowed Lonnie for like 6 months the prior year. And you would think the Argovitzes are delivering that program. Young men and women are dressed up. That is one of the criteria, is to be dressed, to become prepared. Every single young person has to shake the hand of an adult that's standing there. Hello, thank you for having us. They shake hands, they have direct eye contact, they sit down, and then there is a curriculum, and where each month they work with a different topic. And then they have donuts and fruit and everything at the end of the session. If you have a chance to swing by on a Wednesday morning, I think you'd be very, very impressed. And then Jerry Argovitz is returning to the program at Rancho Mirage High School. A gentleman by the name of Barry Golden was facilitating it in place of Jerry. Now, Barry has been a part of the program since day one, and so he's very familiar. And they also have about 60 students, mostly football students at Rancho Mirage High School, and the football coach is behind that. At Desert Hot Springs High School, they have soccer, they have wrestling, they have basketball, all sports. And with the new football coach that they will secure soon, they hope to have more football students there. Really great. One of the things that we're doing internally is board development. You hear about that every month, but we're really having some success around that. And I'll turn it in a minute over to Mark and Kathy. We have 3 new board members, and they've hit the ground running, which is always what we want. And we have 2 more prospects. One's moving along very quickly through the vetting process, and it looks like he will be attending our December 15th board meeting. And just so we have it for the record, since it's Christmas, the next foundation board meeting is the 15th of December, and that will be in our usual place at the district office. The board meeting that is scheduled for November, it was moved to this coming Saturday, which is where we're having our offsite and we're having our retreat, and that is at the district office, and that is from 8:30 until 2. And then around organizational changes, just internally, we are still working through some staff shortages. And we have a staff member who is out right now for an undetermined period of time. And Simone and I talked about it in our meeting this week. I had mentioned our team leads will be changing at SMART. Looks like we'll have new team leads at SMART, which I think is also very, very good. And of course, the new cohorts that'll be starting in March. So I'm going to turn it over to Kathy and to Mark for any additions and comments that they have.
Kathy, you go first.
Well, I have to say it was amazing that one of the new board members, just who has marketing experience, just jumped in for the one night out event and did such a professional job and just really filled in with even more dimension, to it. So it was just remarkably lucky that we got her on the board at just the time when that staff member went out, who usually does all the visuals and a lot of the marketing and the social media presence. And so we had very good attendance for that night. And the event afterwards did not scare her away. So she's still willing to help and do it. So that shows, intrepiditude, I guess. And the other board member that we have two women board members and then one new male board member. And the other ones are really stepping up in terms of, I couldn't really participate in classroom grants, which is the first time since its inception this year. And the other woman board member, she was right there and loved it. Of course, it's like being Santa Claus. So, I mean, I can totally understand why she's enamored with it, to read all the dynamic projects that teachers come to help and support their students. It's just amazing to see, the cohort of teachers that Palm Springs Unified has and how well they help their students. They're really good advocate for their students and really try to make a difference. And so that's gratifying to see when they submit all these different applications, how thoroughly they thought through their projects, and they're asking for money and very imaginative in many cases. And so that's wonderful to see. And the other newest board member has hardly had, I think he's got one full meeting under his belt as a board member, and he is just he's asking questions. He has experience in the area of education, and so that's been wonderful. Mark, I went on too long, so
I don't have much to add other than to say that the board is 1000% supportive of everything that Ellen and her staff are doing. We're having a great year. We're all looking forward to this coming Saturday. We're going to spend 5 hours together, which we almost never get a chance to do, hashing out tasks and what have you. So it's full speed ahead from the board point of view.
And I will add one more thing, that we are doing extremely well vis-a-vis our budget goal in the first quarter. So that is amazing. And that really gives some credence to how hard Ellen and the staff, short-handed as it is, have been working and throughout the summer to get all this accomplished. It's just amazing how fast she's running and how effectively she's doing it with that shortage.
Thank you. I appreciate it. One thing, it's not a report, and I'm not sure where in the agenda it would fall, but we do have a presentation on December 13th at the school board, and Simone and I did chat about that. And so we are putting our presentation together. And I'm not sure how everybody would feel about it, but my suggestion is that it looks somewhat similar to what we did in our last report. Of course, just fine tuning the number, and then of course our projects. But otherwise the PowerPoint would be very similar. We might go a little deeper into some of the projects just to share the way the mentoring programs are going, which we didn't spend a lot of time on in the first presentation of the school year, because we spent more time really talking about wellness centers.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable to me.
Is there anything, John, that you think the board might like to hear that is coming up down the pike or around the corner that we would want to cover?
At what meeting are you going to be presenting?
December 13th.
Well, you're going to have at least one new board member, maybe two. So you might want to give them a little overview of the foundation itself.
Okay, excellent. That's great. Thank you for that suggestion.
Sure.
So we'll start with that as an
Okay.
intro.
Well, Karen's at the doctor's office. I should have put that in the chat.
Thanks, John. Thanks for letting us know, though. I was happy to know why she's not here.
So what we'll do is we'll do an overview of the foundation, then we'll do a little deeper dive into some of the programs that are starting to get ignited in the second quarter that will then move into the third and fourth quarter. And then the third part of that presentation, we'll do the economics. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right. Anything else as far as the foundation update?
That would be complete for us. Thank you.
Okay. So that takes us to member comments. Anybody got any comments? Just my standard thank you all very much. I know how much hard work you guys put into this, and I know from the our board, PSUSD board's perspective, we certainly appreciate all you do for our students, no question about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Monica, Erica, any comments? All right. I did not read our meeting minutes from our October 27th meeting. I don't know if you guys have had time or you want to just postpone that and we can approve it at our next meeting on December 15th.
I
That's
think
a
that's
pretty
a
good
good
idea.
idea, John, because they
Okay.
just, yeah.
All right, so on December 15th, we'll approve both the October 27th meeting minutes and today's meeting minutes. Okay. So that brings us to setting of the next board foundation subcommittee meeting. That's going to be on December 15th at 3 p.m. Anything else for the good of the order?
Oh, we're good. Good.
Okay.
Thanks,
May I
everybody.
get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you all very much.